The Nameless King, consumed by vengeance and greed, sought a power never before discovered, the Orb of Undead. With this similar power to the Orb of Dominance, he was able to become immortal, but lose his sanity in the process. With the power to live forever, he created his own undead army, who he ordered to begin building a temple for him to rule from. First glance, Minecraft seems to be a nice, peaceful game. But oh, that is so far from the true colors of the Minecraft storyline. Today we will be jumping headfirst into the story of the Nameless One, a forgotten king who rules the night. Anyway, let's get straight into it. From what information I have gathered so far, it seems to be that the Nameless One, aka the Nameless King, reached during a time when the Enderson invaded the overworld, turning ancient builders into Endermen, as you can hear from the sound of the Enderson in the Disc 5 music disc. If you want more information about how the Enderson invaded the overworld, I would recommend watching Zaytrix's video on Endermen, on infected humans, the invasion of the End, and the gods of Ender. The links to those videos will be on the pinned comment. From what I know, the Nameless King was a good ruler and treated his people eagerly, but he was also ruthless and ruthlessly slaughtering and destroying anybody that had the will to oppose him. But killing and slaughtering people for years has some side effects, and the Nameless One was definitely feeling those side effects. It seems that the Nameless King would get obsessed with life and death. Sounds like someone else I know. The Nameless King would then start experimenting on how to live forever. His first successful experiment was the totem of undying, which can bring someone back from the brink of death, but shatters upon usage. He would then conduct many more experiments, and much more. It's a far stretch, but the person groaning and running in Disc 5 and Disc 11 could be the Nameless King, but I think that is very unlikely. But the Nameless One must have gotten the Orb of Undead somehow, and we know that he didn't craft the orb because he says this in the Minecraft Dungeons official novel, The Rise of the Arch-Illager. I take it by your silence, you are still coming to terms with it. In many ways, your staff is a twin to my own. Nameless One waves his emerald-topped staff gently about. The power of mine stems from the night of this world. Your orb's power, however, comes from somewhere far beyond. This single paragraph is the starting point for so many theories. It makes me so excited for the more Minecraft lore to come. But what I can take away from this paragraph for my theory is the Orb of Undead, like the Orb of Dominance, was safe somewhere until the Nameless King finds it. The Orb of Dominance was hidden in a castle made by the Enderson, and I think the Orb of Undead was hidden in an ancient desert temple. This would make a lot of sense. But there's another mob, similar to the Nameless King, the Necromancer mob, which are weaker versions of the Nameless One. They also have orbs of their own, but like I said before, weaker orbs. We see the Necromancers using the Orbs of Undead created the Orb of Undead created the other orbs for the Nameless Ones to gift out to his troops. Now that the Nameless One has the staff, he would be turned into undead and would become possessed by many souls that live inside the orb. You see, the orb for all these years has been waiting patiently for years for a successor, somebody that can wield their power. And the Nameless King was the perfect candidate. You see, I think the Orb of Undead is home to a large group of souls. Some of these souls could be people that searched for eternal life and died trying to reach the orb, or souls that are angry and bloodthirsty. We also know that more than likely the Orb of Undead talks to the Nameless One, just as the Orb of Dominance talks to Archie. Listen to this. The light grew stronger and brighter as Archie made his way higher and higher. The closer he got to it, the more he felt like a voice was whispering something in his head. In fact, he recognized it now. It realized the had been whispering softly to him the entire day. Closer, it said. Closer. Archie froze. He finally understood the words. For hours he thought they had only been part of the wind's whisper. To hear them now, and know that they had always been words, struck fear straight into his brain. It's all right, the voice said, its tone growing in volume and strength. If the Orb of Dominance can talk to Archie, that it would only make sense if the Orb of Undead, filled with souls, would also be able to communicate with the Nameless One. I also think the Orb of Undead told the Nameless One when Archie would arrive. Listen to this. I had ways for your rise, as was long foretold, the Nameless One said in its deep, hollow voice. I have been patient for countless lifetimes, but it has paid off. You are finally here. Once the Nameless One would get the orb, the souls would inform him of the prophecy of Archie, the Arch-Illager, and tell him to fix up the old temple and make it his home base. He would bring all his forces to the temple and force them to become undead. This is right around the time that Enderson has started turning ancient buildings into Endermen and destroying cities. Many people are fleeing. Some flee into the depths of deep dark, while others create huge castles, and some even flee deep into the ocean. Once the Nameless One had the Staff of Undead, he gave weaker orbs to them. Some fled into the ocean, becoming drowned necromancers. Turning into an undead became one of the best ways to survive the end of the overworld. But becoming undead means you basically lost all of your brain cells and become mindless people who can barely even think anymore. The only people who seem not to be affected by this is the Nameless King and the other necromancers. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you could take the second to hit the subscribe button and smash that like button, it would help me so much. I'm trying to reach 300 subscribers before the end of the week. So, subscribe and be part of something bigger. Thank you. And if you'd like to make this video, I recommend watching this video where I talk about how the story of the witch in Minecraft. And maybe if you want something with a bit more action, you can tell to how Steve became one of the strongest heroes in all of Minecraft.